Okay, Angeline, you can share the screen and start your presentation.
Okay, teacher, let me 1 second. Can you see my screen maybe?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Hi everybody. My name is Angeline Michelle Gomez Gonzalez, and today I'm going to explain the school dropout concept, causes, consequence, and solutions. I will start by explaining what a school dropout is. So let me change the screen. A school dropout refers to a student who leaves school before complaining their secondary education and doesn't not return. His dropout rate is measured as the percentage of school age youth who are not enrolled in a school and they don't have earned a high school diploma or equivalent. This issue is very important because here in Colombia, I have a seen situation where children no studying and remain on the streets. And on another hand, we have the other younger students like school graduates cannot continue their professional students. So maybe these students they need to get a work and they not can continue with the studies. So for this issue, they have a principal causes because this issue is important because they have academic factors like academic factors, social environmental factors, and systemic factors. In academic factors, we have a chronic academic struggle and repeated course failures. um, Maybe the students don't complete all the the materials and undiagnosed learning disabilities or cognitive challenge. Maybe a part of the students don't have maybe issues, a cognitive issues, and I have the social environmental factors, maybe bullying, discrimination, or social exclusion. This is affect so much the to the student, maybe for complete the students, and unsafe school environment or community violence. Maybe the students have a family problematic in her life is violence in another's. And three systematic factors, maybe in the infrastructure of the school, overcrowded school with insufficient resource. The school don't have many resources for completing the students, maybe don't get maybe desk, don't have maybe resource of technology and inadequate counseling and support service. Maybe the institution don't get maybe the principal service, maybe water, maybe electrical service, and others. And for consequences of this problematic, we have many consequences about this. But I'm going to say the principal consequence, the limited career opportunities and job mobility. Maybe persons don't get a well work, and maybe they need to improve in other areas. increase the risk of poverty and economic instability, decrease economic competitiveness and motivation, decrease school funding based on graduation rates, maybe the students no get bad words, and maybe get worse economic. Maybe this increase the poor and the bad economic. And about this problematic, we need to get intervention and solutions. Maybe how I am teacher in training, maybe need to support with intervention and solutions, maybe create alternative learning pathways and flexible schedule options, improve school climate through positive relationships and inclusive practice, increase parent involvement through accessible communication and participation opportunities, increase funding in school serving in disadvantaged populations. This is all a few interventions or solutions that I can be the get for this problematic, but maybe there are more interventions, but in the I can I can make it because this is a problem that maybe the Minister of Education can resolve in a structure. And finally, with this problematic, this issue is vitally important to bear in mind because here in Colombia we have a seen situation of school dropouts, which is an issue that we as teachers can address. So it's important to get relevant this this problematic because it's a issue that can affect most population of the kids, of the students. Maybe they not have the opportunity to continue with studies, but every factors. So this is all. Thank you so much for pay attention. This is was school dropout causes, consequences, and solution. And my name is Angeline Gomez. Thank you.
Okay, Angeline, perfect. Now, having finished that presentation, let's continue with the question section. Nicolas, I want you to start with this and ask Angeline a question about her topic.
Okay, teacher. There in Colombia, what do you think is the main cause of of a school drop out in your research, and why?
I think that maybe the consequences of economical because their families no have the economic for maintaining to students continuing, or maybe in the case of the youngers, they don't have maybe the money to pay a career, or maybe get continue with her studies, and they need to get work for maintaining economic.
Okay. Elvira, I don't know if you have a question for Angeline about this topic, school dropout.
Well, um, I think that I I want to know how many students uh, have this problem around Colombia, and one of these students are of a rural family.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Well, I think that
I understand
give me a second.
if how many
I want
people
I
is
want to know
affected about this problematic, maybe?
exactly.
Okay. I can see that it's a minor people that affect this problematic. Maybe in the poor societies more. In is a maybe a 10% of the full population child of Colombia.
Thank you so much, Angeline.
Okay, excellent. And Angeline, my feedback. Oh, my question. I also have to make a question. Okay, about school dropout. Okay, what can we, maybe as teachers, do to prevent a school dropout for students?
Well, I think how I am a teacher, maybe do implement plans of motivation of the students. Maybe because this is a causes that the child's left the school, maybe because don't have the motivation of the part of the family, of the maybe the socially, and this is the principle. Then get motivation to the student to continue to study and get continue go to school.
Okay, now we continue with the feedback, and let's just start with the presentation. I have some notes here. Let me see them. Okay, the first point is the presentation, and it was good because it had all the information that you needed to explain, and the design, el diseño, the design was okay. I mean, it didn't have any problems. Maybe what is a bit of a mistake here is that some of the presentation, some of the slides, algunas de las diapositivas, had so much text. Maybe some of them could have pictures more than text, and this is a problem because you read uh, some of the slides, and that's not the idea, right? You have maybe you can have the text, but you need to explain that information in your own words. So it's like a middle point. With the second point, with pronunciation, it was good. I think all of us understood what you said. Todos entendimos. There were some mistakes, maybe in the pronunciation of some words like sociedad. You said society, but you know, the society. Society is the pronunciation. The same con niños. You say like childs, but you know, it's children. Yeah, so some mistakes here and there, but we all understood your ideas. Flu okay, fluidity, con la fluidez. The fluidity was okay because in some parts there were like some some pauses or some pauses while you were thinking the words, or you didn't maybe know how to pronounce that word correctly. But for the most part, the fluency was good because you had a good rhythm, había buen ritmo. It didn't maybe sound repetitive, like saying I don't know, like those sounds that we make when we don't know how to continue. So that was a good point for you. And finally, with grammar, there were more mistakes. This could be like the main weakness, la mayor, se me olvidó, la mayor dificultad podría ser for you. For example, you said problematic, economic, like if they were things like economía or problemática. But in English, those words are descriptions, they are adjectives. Entonces, problematic, vamos a decir, por ejemplo, una situación problemática, son adjetivos para describir cosas. And the same thing with economic, is a description. So, digamos, an economic situation, una situación económica, no es economía en sí mismo. That would be economy. They have problem with the economy of the house. And the construction, for example, of some words, I think it was the order. Okay, but I don't have it at the moment. But yes, be careful with that, because you are maybe not using the correct words or expressions that you want to say, and that could be maybe an issue with understanding. And that's it. But overall, you did good. Nice job.